Welcome to the Hofbräuhaus in Munich, the most famous beer hall that there is in this city, albeit we've got water and pretzels here. We'll see if that's enough for our guests today. Arne Friedrich, welcome back to ESPN, Arne. And Jan Aage Fjortoft, our regular, shall we say. Arne, starting with you, Bayern, they beat Arminia Bielefeld in the Bundesliga last week, pushing them now to within touching distance of the Bundesliga title once again. If they beat Borussia Dortmund, then they will win their 10th consecutive Bundesliga title. It just doesn't really feel like that, though. What's been your sense of how things are right now in Munich?
I doubt that it feels the same way as it should be, to be honest. They cannot make up the recent results in the cup games and also in the Champions League. It's pretty tough on them. This is what I think. In Munich, everyone expects Bayern Munich to win at least 2 titles. So this didn't happen this year. And obviously they are very disappointed about this season. And obviously there's also a lot of stuff going on within the club right now with all the contracts and stuff that is going on, and also the change of general management, the president. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and but there's no doubt that Bayern Munich is going to win this year the German Bundesliga. It's just a matter of time.
Really pushing it out there. Jan, I agree, of course. But Jan, Arne mentions it there, the structures at Bayern Munich and how that's been changing. What have you made of the impact, not just of Julian Nagelsmann, but of Oliver Kahn and Hasan Salihamidzic really in their first full seasons, of replacing together that unit of Uli Hoeneß and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge?
Yeah.
Because it is a unit. It's not just about how one of them works, it's how they work together.
Well, per definition it is, but also in the days with Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and Uli Hoeneß, they played at each other, but they found a dynamic in the way they kind of run the club. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge would have his journalist, Uli Hoeneß would have his journalist, and you saw who were for and against it, but still that made them successful. Still they managed to make new teams, and then it's quite interesting when you want to replace them. And people say, well, Uli Hoeneß said that he wanted Salihamidzic, and they were agreed and they will have Oliver Kahn. Yes, but Sir Alex Ferguson said David Moyes should be the next Manchester United manager as well. So being the best head of Bayern Munich don't mean that you have to be the best one recruiting new leaders. So it's quite interesting to see that one of the biggest brands of Germany, up with Mercedes, BMW, Siemens, call it whatever you want, they say the most likely thing is that you have to have played for Bayern Munich. Maybe so, maybe that's right, but you never know. It's not that Nico Rosberg, the driver of Mercedes, should be head of Mercedes just because he drove one car. So it's quite interesting to see now, because we will start discussing after 10 league titles, how can we get closer to them in German football. And then the wrong coach, they didn't do that because they got Julian Nagelsmann, fantastic. And then they got Salihamidzic and Kahn, who have to make some very, very vital decisions in a couple of 3 years now to maintain that position of Bayern Munich.
And change needs time, to be honest. It's quite a heritage to replace Hoeneß and Rummenigge. It's not an easy thing. And I would say that both Salihamidzic and Kahn are the right people in their position, but it all takes time, right? And obviously the only thing that really helps are titles and good results. But still, I would say give them some time, because to step into those big steps, it's not easy.
Yeah, but I will just say that because we can discuss that, because football, we do discuss these things. But there is one thing you don't have in football, it's time. You won't have time, and we were discussing it now, when they will be celebrating here, there won't be like Beatlemania in Munich because they're winning the championship. They have to be closer. They got Salzburg and Villarreal, and well, they're out of Champions League, so they were very, very lucky. But I'm just saying that when you're replacing Robert Lewandowski, you have to go for the big ones, and you need him, the replacement, if he goes, to score 30 goals straight away. And I think that it should be the same with the leaders. But as you're saying, time will tell if they are the right people. I don't think we can say it now.
No, but you will see it within the next 1 or 2 years, because now they have to replace players, they have to re-sign players. But still, I would say in Champions League, especially in quarterfinal, everything can happen. And Villarreal is not a small team. They're a small team, but they kicked out Juventus Turin as well. They played very, very strong against Bayern Munich, and I think even the second leg of the game, Bayern Munich played well. So this can happen. Which cannot happen is losing 5-0, I think, against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the cup. But still, obviously you need to win titles here, but I would still argue, give them some time because the gap, that they leave, Rummenigge and Hoeneß, is huge.
So, if that's the state of things at Bayern Munich then, a similar turnover coming this summer at Borussia Dortmund. Sebastian Kehl will be taking over as sporting director, but we had Marco Rose coming in before this season. What have you made of the job that he's done at Dortmund?
I mean, it's not an easy job for him because Edin Terzic did a great job before Rose took over. He won the cup, and obviously it's not easy, and for him the results weren't great either. So also it's changed, and you need time, which you don't have. You said it right, but it's not an easy one for him because he knows Edin Terzic. He's a technical director right now. He's a great coach. He did a great job. So let's see how this turns out, but they definitely have to win games.
But there are different views you can have on the Borussia Dortmund because they're winning a lot of games. They have probably more points than they had last year. Edin Terzic, for some reason, they put him up watching Marco Rose all the time, which is not the best possible way to keep working after winning the cup. I think there's the main problem with Marco Rose. I like Marco Rose. He is a leader. You can see that he fits being a Dortmund by his presence. His problem is he doesn't have the players for the way he wants to play football. So Sebastian Kehl will have an unbelievable tough job this summer to get in players to get the way the Rose football in. And that is going to be the hardest thing because a lot of people in the Kehl's position, they will only get in players, but he has to get in the right players for the system of Marco Rose.
But I would argue that, especially in the centre-back position, they did a great job so far. They got Süle from Bayern Munich, and from what we've heard here, that even Schlotterbeck is going to join and not Bayern Munich. So, and to me, to win titles and to win big games, you have to have a good centre-back.
Of course you have to say that.
Absolutely.
Just on the dynamic of that, though, we've seen over the years so many times that Bayern Munich have picked off the best talents of whoever is number 2 in the league. Could this maybe develop into some sort of dynamic, the fact that Dortmund have gone to Bayern and got one of their best players, in terms of it, as a centre-back at least, of their back line? Julian Nagelsmann is not happy about losing him. What could that do in terms of, are Bayern slowly losing their grip?
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. But first of all, it's like they lose a great player. I think Niklas Süle is a fantastic centre-back, and he's going to help Borussia Dortmund immensely. And but I would still say that within the last years, Borussia Dortmund did a fantastic job in bringing new players because they build up players. They mostly got him in from the EPL, and then at one point they sold him for big money, right? So this is what they probably have to continue doing.
But the problem is, I don't think it should be underestimated because I think it's a mental good thing for them to get Süle because Julian Nagelsmann wanted him to stay. You get a German national, probably the best defender there is, and I think he is the best. So I think this mental thing is very important for them to get Niklas Süle, as we are singing now about Süle. But I think it's quite interesting to see the transfer politic of Bayern Munich at the moment because everybody tells us they don't have money. They don't have money. What should the other Bundesliga clubs say then when Bayern Munich going after their players? So I think that this could be I'm not saying that will turn around, but I think it's a good thing for the Bundesliga that the dynamic a bit changing.
Julian Nagelsmann, his first season, we just want to talk a little bit more about that, I think. If we're giving it a school grade, from not the German 1 to 6, because I've never really understood that system anyway, but we're talking like A, B, C or D, maybe A+, A-. Where would you see Julian Nagelsmann?
So I'm German. To me, 1 is the best, 6 is the worst. So we are here in Hofbräuhaus, right?
Okay.
So it's a tough question. I would say it's a 3+.
Okay.
He's a great coach, and I think he's one of the best choices for Bayern Munich. But they didn't win the second title or even the third. So therefore, it's just a 3+.
So just to translate Arne's verdict there, I'd say he's around about a B- for Julian Nagelsmann. Jan, if you've managed to make it through there, all good.
I'm nearly dying here listening to the English, starting with a sing-along. I wanted to sing. No, but I think that we talked about this before in the way that the worst thing that Bayern could do for them, or the best thing for the rest of the Bundesliga, is to take on the wrong coach, because then the other teams have a chance. They took Julian Nagelsmann. the perfect manager for them to go through a new phase, changing out a lot of get young players in. So far, you haven't seen a lot of young players except Musiala, but that's another discussion. So Julian Nagelsmann, I would say that results are there to be seen. He's out of 2 cups, but he's winning the league. Fair, so that is average for Bayern. But still, one of the things that should be underestimated.
Keep going, Jan, even if your voice can't.
So that is that the way he has handled all the mini crisis at the club. He's a very good communicator, and he has helped the leaders so well by his appearance at the press conference, because I think he is perfect ambassador for Bayern Munich.
So, but then he's on the same page, right? Because he said, okay, it was an average season, but he did this well and this well, so it's a 3+2.
3+?
Well, we have another system. We are all equal, you know. So.
I don't think we've got time for that. Jan, Arne, thank you. Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund, the big one in the Bundesliga, der Klassiker. It's available to watch on ESPN and ABC. Join us.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.